Gathered together from the cosmic reaches of the universe, here in this great hall of justice.
Hey, toy fans, welcome to our Toy Addictions, your source for what was then, what's now, and what's about to be in the world of toys. From Matt Code of Oliver's, we talk about it all. There's something for everyone in our coffers of toy joy, so without further ado, let's talk little plastic people and things. I'm Matt, producer of this trip down the toys rabbit hole. To my right, your host and that wacky lover of all things, Bobby Vella, Aaron of 6 Inch. And across the table, your favorite seller of everything, Scalpor. Let's hit it.
Morning, guys. How we doing?
Hello, gentlemen.
How come you don't have Scalpor on your flag?
That is Scalpor.
I know, but it should say Scalpor.
We'll have to get a custom flag made somewhere.
Yeah. Yes.
I think that. You know that there's that something green frog place or whatever over in Shorewood. I think they do shirts and like appliques and things like that.
Where's it? Over by the Target?
Yeah.
Okay.
Target.
Are they still open?
Okay. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I thought about this is before I came across my situation where I have absolutely no money now. I was thinking about actually getting shirts made for us that we could wear while we podcast. But you can get so many made, or you can just get one made, and it depends on how many you get made as to how much you actually spend for the shirts. But
sure.
We'll talk offline. That might be more feasible sooner rather than later. I've got more ideas.
Yes, yeah. Aaron has ideas.
But we got to do that after the show.
But anyway, hello, folks. Welcome to our Toy Addictions. That's who we are. You can look for us on podcast or Apple Podcasts, Podbean, Spotify, TuneIn Radio, iHeartRadio, Player FM, Podchaser, Amazon Music. You can also find us on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Smash that like button. Give us a comment. Please subscribe. We would be so grateful for it.
Yes. Yeah, that does help. That shows that people listen, and it shows that some of the shows or some of the stores that we chit chat with and talk to that hey, you know what, our word's getting out. So
the only other thing I wanted to mention was I know our cast can be sparse from time to time, but we do have family things. Sometimes we have medical emergencies. We do all of this on our own. We don't make any money at this.
This is a free time.
This is a free time thing. So we love doing this though, and we're doing absolutely best we can to get at least a couple in a row out at a crack. So and then I'm working on I'm working on some video type stuff to kind of keep the ball rolling when we do have these gaps like this. So, and Aaron said he's going to start working on some little Instagram snippets. So
I'm going to try. I suck at social media.
I'm not the greatest at it either, but
I tried.
I tried my first. Well, I mean, I can do it like through text, but it's the video side of it can be a little overwhelming. It feels like, but.
Yeah,
I'm getting used to it though. I mean, I did my first toy review the other day. It's being edited. It's not great.
Hey.
But I'm getting it organized. I'm figuring it out piece by piece. So, hopefully we'll have that out within the next. I want to say
6 to 8 months.
Hopefully 4 to 5 days. 'Cause I got to get these. I got to get these two YouTube videos up and waiting today. So
nice. Well. Lots happened in the last couple weekends. We went to a toy show. Aaron and I did. Matt was busy with his music stuff.
Yeah.
So
I went to a different toy show.
He didn't want to work. He just wanted to bang on the drum all day.
There you go.
Yeah,
a lot of drums all day.
Ow, itch. So
did you buy a drum that sounds like Lars Ulrich's drum in St. Anger? Please tell me you did.
What's that now?
Did you buy a drum that sounds like Lars in St. Anger?
No.
So they weren't selling coffee cans?
No, they weren't selling the kegs, no.
I was going to say, did I see the video the dude was banging on the keg?
I did buy a stainless steel drum, though. But it does not sound anything like the St. Anger drum, no.
Yeah.
Nice.
Be funny.
Got a few buddies that would actually laugh at that question.
Yeah.
So, last week we sent Matt some pictures. We had some fun.
Here, I'm
We got some.
I'm gonna kill my screen till this is ready.
Till that's ready.
Yeah.
We had some cocktails through the day. Yeah. We went to toy show over in McCook, Illinois. Shicon?
Yes.
Yep. Shicon.
So Shicon, I don't know why I questioned that. I was talking to Richie about that the other day.
Did you ask Richie about another Romeo Con?
Yes, we did. We'll talk about that offline. That's a lot to get into.
Yeah, there's a lot to get into that. There's some,
well, no, because I mean, if we can all do it, I'd like to do that again.
Well, he will have another show that we'll be part of, but it won't be in Romeoville.
It may not be in Romeoville. There's some politicky type stuff getting involved now. So. But yeah.
But
he's going to keep doing shows.
Yeah, he's still doing shows.
Awesome.
It's
awesome.
more. It's
actually
it's
he's in Elmhurst next month.
Yeah.
So
he's been. I mean, the way he's been setting them up is.
Yeah.
I mean, it's obviously been very like.
He's getting the community back.
He really is. He sounds like he's really getting out to the community. So that's awesome.
He's good friends with a lot of other local stores. When I say local, 20, 30 miles this way, 20 miles that way.
Yeah,
but
got a pretty
he's his networking is.
Everybody I talk to in my circle that I run, they all know Richie. The only one that really doesn't is Aaron. But
okay.
I know him.
But anyway,
no, this show was bigger than Romeoville. It was
I imagine
155 vendors instead of like 105.
Yeah. I imagine that facility, as far as I've seen, is huge.
Yeah. Now, see what the issue with so in my personal opinion, I don't think it was as crowded as Romeoville. Romeoville had 3 times as many visitors. He said
no. Yeah, so I think the floor space at the Max was bigger. And he had more vendors. It had to have been bigger because he had like 40 more vendors than he had at Romeoville. But there was like the aisles were bigger. You know, the rows were probably longer. There was no like perimeter around the room. It was just straight up like, all the.
It was a half a soccer field.
Yeah. So,
but so in that area, should have been a hell of a lot more visitors, in my opinion. But I think the Bridgeview show kind of gets people rubbed the wrong way once in a while, just because how small it is, and sometimes it's the same vendors for the last 25 years. Yeah. Not that there's nothing wrong with that, but I think people say, "Oh, there's another toy show. He's just getting the same vendors."
Terry's been trying to swap that up between the day and the night shows. And
he's trying to do different vendors.
Yeah, he's trying to do the day-night thing, like I think once every other show.
Yeah.
So.
No, and that's a good thing. And it's a good thing. We need more vendors. We need
absolutely.
More variety.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And it's just going to keep people coming out.
Yeah.
So.
And Saturday night seems to do really well for him. So.
I think so.
But, hey, more power to Terry, man.
I'd go to a toy show and then hit the bar afterwards. Why not?
Well, we went to a Davern's Tavern's right down the street from there, man. Great place to hang out and have a drink. Yeah. Joe Davern's the shit, dude. Tell him I sent you.
That was my only complaint, and I told Richie that. I was like, my only complaint with this show is you're not serving beer at this one like you were at Romeoville.
No, there was I don't know if you could walk around with it. I don't think you could.
There was a bar upstairs, yeah, but I didn't see anybody walking around with it, so I think they were keeping it at the bar.
It local.
Yeah.
Which was a shame because I would have.
But I love walking around with alcohol and drinks and like setting it down on a vendor's table so he gets all nervous. That's how you talk him down. It's like, look, dude,
calm down.
You give me $10 off, I'll get this drink off your table.
Calm down.
We're at the drum show, and my buddy Jim has got this psychedelic red Ludwig kit from the 70s. I mean, we're talking this drum set's like worth $5,000.
Oh wow.
And somebody comes walking up, and he's looking at some snare drums he's got on the floor. He sets his coffee right down on top of the drum.
What?
He just sets his coffee right down on top of the drum head.
Oh boy!
And I look over at Jim because I sit with him in his booth every year because he gives me his other exhibitor pass, and he lets me, I get to walk around and check out all the cool stuff, and I hang out with Jim all day. He loves it. He's I mean, to talk about a guy who is just appreciative of everything he's got.
Right.
But anyway, he said we both look at each other. We're both staring at that cup of coffee while this guy's looking at this damn drum, and we're like, "Don't spill that fucking coffee!" Oh my God!
I told you it worked.
$5,000 drum kit. And when I came back the next morning, because I did both nights with him or both days with him. When I came back the next morning, that kit was up off the floor and on the table behind me.
Yeah. Yeah, too many fingers touching the goods.
Oh man, I mean, there were so many people that came through that was just looking at it, going, "Oh my God, that thing is amazing," and let me have your card, and I'll talk to you later.
Yeah,
and they never come back. They never show up again. And there's these 5 or 6 Japanese dudes that come to that show every year, and they just walk in and buy the most off the wall stuff. I mean, the shit that's like the rarest.
Yeah.
And they stared at that kit for probably about 45 minutes. Just talked at each other, talked to Jim for a couple minutes, stared at the kit, never came back. I was really surprised it didn't leave that day with those 3 people.
Yeah. Maybe their carry-on wasn't big enough.
But I did wind up buying a new toy. I got a stainless steel Ludwig snare drum.
Nice.
Yeah, thing sounds like I did a tune-up on it the other day.
How come
Sounds
it's not on
amazing.
the table?
I thought about bringing it too. That's funny. I thought about bringing it. It's got a brand new burgundy Humes&Berg bag, and anyway, moving on.
So today's show we are going to talk about some toy shows.
Yeah,
like the one we were just at, upcoming summers, whatever.
Speaking of toy shows, just real quick, upcoming show July 23rd at the Chicago for the Chicago Toy Show in St. Charles at the Kane County Fairgrounds. July 23rd. Put that in your calendar.
I'll be there. I'm going to that.
There's also going to be one coming up in October, but we'll talk more about that when it comes closer.
Yeah. So you and I had a couple things that we saw on social media this week we wanted to bring up. One was about your toy line. One was about my toy line.
Yep.
So what else do we need to bring up on the toy shows? I know I saw one. So our buddy Lance that we ran into at that Lockport show.
Lance.
My buddy Lance. He lives around the corner from me. He was there with his 2 sons.
I remember. Yeah.
He had some die-cast, all that Batman stuff. So he's been doing a lot of shows lately.
Yeah.
And he had one that was out in, oh, God, where's the town that they used to do Thomas the Tank Engine in every year? It's not Sterling.
Not Sterling. Yes, I know what you're. Yeah, it's the big life size.
It was there. Like, there was a show out there towards Rockford.
Oh, really?
So I'm like, I would probably go to that show, but that's a little bit of a drive. That's even further than the Chicago Toy Show. So, but I'm starting to see things like pop up that I don't know if it's I pay more attention to it now because we do the podcast and we kind of look for it. But like, there's toy shows like popping up everywhere. I mean, if you looked hard enough, you could find a toy show pretty much anywhere in Northern Illinois, like every weekend.
Yeah, I was gonna say it seems like every town has got them popping up now. A lot of them I'm coming to discover are the guys with diecast.
Yeah.
So I mean, that one at the church down the road here. That's I mean, that one's pretty much all die-cast. The other 2 that I saw, one was in Mokina.
That's a really weird knit group of people.
But see, the thing about those die-cast ones is even at the one in Lockport, it was called a die-cast show, there was still some stuff there that you could find.
Yes. Like is that the second one that we went to?
That day?
No. The first one we went to, that's where we saw your buddy Lance, right? Or was it the diecast? It was the regular show that Richie he had a table.
I think yeah.
And we saw a couple other like local guys that we've run into.
That
was a good show, and we were getting the beers in the back.
Was that the first time? No, we've only been to that show once, right?
Then we went a second time.
That's when we were talking to the dude, and he sold me the case of G.I. Joes for like $5.
Yeah.
That's the time we were getting the beers.
That's right. And then we went the second time. Yeah. And then we went the second time, and there was mainly diecast with a couple figure guys.
Yeah.
And one was a free one, I think.
Yeah, and that one I was like, I don't know if this is like it's not that I wouldn't go to that show. Like I would promote any toy show. I mean, I wouldn't go to that one because there's really nothing there that I collect. If it wasn't diecast, it was pops.
Yes,
and I have all the pops that I want right now. There's only one pop that I'm looking for actually. But
I got all my pops,
but I know where to find it, and I'm not paying $30 for it.
What?
There's a box at GameStop. It's a G.I. Joe blind box. It has a Pimp Daddy Destro pop.
Oh,
and I want that pop, but I don't want to pay $30 for it. And every time I go to GameStop, it's never on clearance.
Oh, okay.
And if you go online to get it, everybody knows you're paying $30 to get that pop, and I'm not paying $30 on eBay for it.
Kind of like the guy we talked to at the show. He goes, "Well, these cans are expensive just to get the chase, so you're not making your money back."
So he lessens the value by opening them and then putting them in an acrylic case. So, whatever.
I mean, which makes sense. Makes sense. I mean, sometimes you got to.
But now you're paying the extra money for the acrylic case, not for the
whatever.
That's the whole time. The whole time the guy was talking, I'm like, whatever, dude. They're pops.
Yeah, get a life. Sell something worth something.
So
actually, he's always
be a good shirt.
It's the older guy. He has the big slats.
That guy.
He got to be doing good because he's always around.
The last time I talked, I walk right past his booth anymore. That guy's a total dick. But
I always talk him down money, and he takes it.
Well, this is the thing, though.
Well, I found it. You bought
he had I forget what it was exclusive to, but he had a Shockwave in there.
Oh, yeah.
And he was asking like, I don't know, $38 for it or whatever. And I was sitting there looking at it. I don't know if I ever told you guys. I was sitting there looking at it, and I looked it up on eBay really quick just to see, So I just turned around and asked him, look, would you take this much? It was kind of more than the one I was looking at on eBay, because the one on eBay was just like $31 with free shipping or something like that. And I asked him if he would take, $33.
Yeah.
And the guy says, "Oh no, man, it's worth every penny of that $38. I'm not coming down on that. I mean, he was just a total ass." So I turned around and I looked at him, and I was holding the phone up while he was looking over my shoulder. Bink, buy it now. Nice. $31 free shipping. I was just like, "Fuck you, buddy."
That's the game
Holy
of chicken
crap.
you play at the.
I mean, but it would have been different if he just went, I kind of like to get that. I mean, I understand that.
Yeah,
I understand that, but he was an absolute prick about it.
Even counter you and say 35.
Yeah, just make it even 35, and you get yourself a deal. Yeah. All right, cool. I'll do that.
And I would have done that too if he would have, at least countered.
Yeah.
Here's something that grinds my gears. And the guy that you bought something from, you bought your figures. You bought your 6 inches, and I bought the stickers, the Hulk stickers.
That dude.
So that guy, something that grinds my gears is when people like, how much is this? Let me look it up, and they click it, and they look on eBay. That really pisses me off. Know your shit, or just make up a price, or just have an idea. This guy, not this guy, but this guy that we were dealing with.
He's pointing to me because I know what he's talking about.
He opens up this binder and he's looking at the inventory
list. Spiral notebook.
Yes, no, it was a big snapper.
Binder?
It was a binder,
and
he had pages loose leaf paper, and
he
was looking for the inventory number. Then he looked over and he's like, okay, and then he gave a price and he goes, which one is this? Because there's 2 different grades.
Yeah.
He didn't look at his phone. He had handwritten binders of all of his inventory of what he's selling.
So
it was amazing. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to buy something from this guy.
So I've got
that's the kind of shit that I would try to do.
Yeah.
You saw that legal pad that I had with all my Joes on.
So
it.
I've got a new thing that I'm tracking now. So I've got a new collection I'm working on. So I'm just trying to get 6-inch versions of the original 12 Star Wars figures. They re-released them a few years ago with the 40th anniversary of A New Hope. So this guy had like all of them, but obviously I'm not going to buy them all at once. So I ended up picking up the Death Star Trooper, Stormtrooper,
and Luke,
and the original Luke Skywalker off him. When he opened the Stormtrooper I bought, I didn't see that he had the carded version under the table. I saw that he had like the Black Series like boxed version up on a shelf.
Yeah,
he's like, I'll do 25 on that one. I was like, all right, that's exactly what I'm looking for, because between eBay and shipping, I'll pay 25 anyways. So then I pull all the ones that like I needed out. So I pull the Luke and the Death Star Trooper out, and I put him down, and I had like R2 and the Jawa, and he's like, all right, let me look, and he's looking through the book, and I could see the prices in the book, and the price for like Luke and the Death Star Trooper he had in there were like $35, but he just looked at it, he's like, I'll do 25 each. No, he said I'll do 30 for both of those, and then the R2's 40. He's just a little more rare. So I'm like, all right, I'll pass it and I'll pick up the other ones. But even then, he was like, he knew like what the market's been doing. Yeah. It looked like he'd put that book together a while ago.
That R2, so. I mean, look hard. Check eBay. Look hard for it, because you should be able to find one of those for about $30.
The thing is, I don't.
But you're really not gonna find it for much less.
I don't need those carded versions. Now I found out later that the box Darth Vader that came out, I didn't realize it actually had a replica of the display stand for 6-inch figures. So I picked one up off of eBay for like $15.
Oh, you did get it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You never told me that. You did,
oh, yeah.
Because you said you had one on Watch.
I had a couple on Watch,
that's last Sunday?
Yeah, it was like 15. It was like 15. Like
sealed?
No, it's open.
Oh, which is no big deal.
But like the parts are sealed. Like he took it out of the box for the Vader figure.
For the Vader,
but the other parts are all bagged.
So you just have the stand. You didn't buy the Vader.
No, because I already have a Vader. So that's the thing is, I'm not looking to get all of those carded versions of the figures. I just want like a version of it. I already have the Vader. So, and the Obi-Wan happen to be the carded version, but the Stormtrooper I have is not the carded version, but it's got the same stuff. It still looks like a stormtrooper.
Yeah, they're all they were all pretty much the
all I need
common.
for R2 is I just need a clean R2. I don't need one that's dirty from Dagobah. I don't need one that's got all kinds of shit on him from Return of the Jedi. I just want like
let
just
me
a clean
look at
R2.
let me look at what I got. I think I might actually have the clean version.
And unfortunately, with that collection, I'm going to have to buy something that I vowed I'd never buy, a 6-inch C-3PO.
Yes.
That will be the last figure that goes
now,
up on that freaking stand.
Be careful. The one that you're going to find out there a lot
with the gray
is
leg?
the one with the red leg.
Oh, the red leg.
No. I already know to get the one with the silver leg.
Yeah.
I'll probably just find the carded version from that set because that one's only going for like $22.
Yeah.
So it's the Jawas. R2 are going for 40. The Tusken Raiders going for about 30, and then I have everything else. I only need those 4 figures: Jawa, R2, Tusken Raider, and
see. I think you should get the
C-3PO.
you should get the Ben in the plastic, just like the OG.
vinyl.
Yeah,
but
that's
now
actually
okay.
pretty cool.
Honestly, if they made a Vader like that,
yes,
then I would think
then
about
you would
getting
get it
both the
'cause you
vinyl
have
cape
the
versions,
same-
but
yes.
they don't, so I won't.
I was kind of taken aback by that when I saw that on the card. That he had that final cape.
It was actually pretty cool.
I can't believe they did this.
Yeah. Well, and I like how they
neat.
replicated the color brown too.
Yeah.
So it was pretty neat.
Now, is that stand just like the OG? You put all 12 on?
Yeah, so I think it's you get like basically 4 sections, and then like you put 2 on the back, 1 up in the front.
Okay,
and then it's got like a big like display board and a big like thing that goes like a big frame that goes over.
Okay,
I think the only thing it's pretty much a 1/12 size replica,
except
but
that
it just doesn't have all of them things that move the figures around.
Yeah,
okay.
I mean, it's even got like the old like 70s looking art on it.
Oh hell yeah!
So
that's pretty cool.
So that's what I'm like working on now, but I've got
Nice.
time to put
I'm
it
actually
together.
surprised that those. I mean, those didn't sell well at all. I was surprised that they didn't.
Well, and I think at that point there was a lot of pushback from the Star Wars community because they were just rehashing a lot of like repaints. It's like the Lando Calrissian effect. Like they had Lando in that came and they went to the carded figures. He was one of the carded figures. Well, there's still boxes of Landos hanging on the shelf.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of people were like, yeah, like we're backing off. Like we don't need that now.
Let's go.
Yeah.
And they
that's a good business practice.
They redid the head sculpt on Vader. I think it was like 9 times.
Yeah.
There's 9. I believe there's 9 versions out there. And
Matt Wheeler was absent. They may have only redone the head sculpt like 5 times, but I'm sure they repainted it a couple of different ways.
There were actual subtle changes on every one of those head sculpts.
I know one of them
every one of them there were subtle changes on it.
Yeah.
There was, if you look at one, it might have the helmet sits back a little further.
Yeah.
The earlier versions, the helmet sits down lower, but the eyes and the nose and everything were like episode 4 perfect.
Yeah.
Oh.
But the helmet sat too low. And there were other times when they even incorporated in the mold that fucking offset that when Dave Prowse went to go rest his neck, if you see some of the scenes, the helmet would go boom, like that. I mean, they even molded the Don Post Studios when they first started doing those masks years ago.
Oh yeah,
actually molded it off the original, and it had that defect in it. That boom, every time you rest his head, the helmet would go boom.
Yeah.
Sink to the right or the left or whatever it was. I think it was to the left.
So
funny.
Yeah. So toy shows. Do you want to let's bring up your social media first?
My social?
Yeah, the social media thing you want to talk about. That guy was wrong. The guru.
The guru.
Actually, or do you not want to talk about that? Is it not even worth the air?
It will talk. Let's bring that up in the next show. All
right.
Because we're still chit chat. We got about 10 more minutes until we start chit chatting about
news is news. If it makes us laugh, we're good.
Yeah. No, I think the next two between yours and I don't know if you have anything to bring up about the changing robots, and then I got something about Musclemen. So we'll put a solid show together next show. But I still want to. There's a few things. So. The funny story is that I was walking around asking everybody 6 times each, do you have the black and the blacklight Hulk pop? That was a joke, even though I had it and I was like holding it.
Yeah.
Like
so he finally finds his blacklight Hulk. And we literally walked to the next booth and I hit him on the shoulder. I'm like, dude, you got to ask this person if they got a blacklight Hulk. Let's see what they say. And so he did it for like the next 5 or 6 booths.
It was no, that was
just for old times.
It was a good show. I got those 2 guys.
You know what we forgot?
That I'm excited for. What'd you forget?
We never went back and got that set of Anchorman figures.
Yes, you did mention that after we were at the bar having a couple drinks, and I was
funny.
pissed that we didn't get those.
Whammy!
But we noticed that we were missing like grenades and tridents, and he just had a hat. Yeah. And I'm like, okay.
Dude, I think Brick should have come with a stick of butter.
That would have been funny.
Butter!
And a Sex Panther cologne.
See, that would have been funny too. Yeah. Be too much to ask him to open up like a openable like bookcase.
Right.
Speaking of openable bookcases, I did pick up the Wayne Manor mansion finally.
I was waiting for you to bring it down so I could see it. You forgot.
I'm actually debating whether or not I want to take my Batman stuff home and display it there for a little bit. I'm on the fence about that. That's why I didn't bring it.
Okay.
So
that's fair enough.
But,
fair enough.
I mean, it looks like you're putting wrestlers up where my Batman stuff could go. But that's cool. It's your stuff.
Well, we got a whole wall. We got to fill those cases so everybody gets a couple cases.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I may just go with a couple of big. I mean, if you're cool putting some shelves up on the wall, I may just buy some deep shelves, put one up top with the Wayne Manor on it, and then put one below it with the Batcave, so it kind of looks like it works together.
Oh,
but
okay.
That's a lot of work goes into that.
Yeah, I got some extra pretty stuff I wouldn't mind putting up.
So
otherwise, I'm just going to wind up storing it.
Yeah, I am taking some Star Wars stuff home though.
Oh yeah, because you're
I got my Chewie and my Han for my display. I'm taking my Boba Fett home to display with the McQuarrie version, and then I started watching the Bad Batch, so I'm taking all those home because I think I might display those at home too.
So you're a Star Wars collector again?
Well,
just a few things. Just a few things. I do the same thing.
It changes it up. So I got something different. Like honestly, I've been thinking for like the last like couple weeks or a month of taking down the Action Force stuff and just putting something else up there just for a different look. But I got so much Action Force stuff put up right now, like like that's a 3-hour, 4-hour thing to take it down. It's just daunting.
It's daunting, but it also like freshens it up. It gets your love back for certain lines. I think it's okay. I think
it's kind of what I've been trying to do. I mean, just to take some stuff down, store it, showcase my showcaseable stuff for a while, and then just when I go to dust the shelves again, dig through my box and swap it out. It takes a couple hours.
Yeah, that's the other thing too. I can see cobwebs strung from like the character's head to the gun, because I see a lot of my figures with their gun. Like that stuff's been up there for almost a year now, like since I got it, and like dusting it off is really what is going to take all the work. But.
Well, okay, so like Rise of the Beasts, I'm sure you're going to watch that, and then you're going to be like, oh, let me go play with all my apes and T-Rexes. No, what's in the line? What's the name of that line?
Beast Wars.
Beast Wars. You'll probably pull some of those out and put them in the forefront, just because the movie looks really cool. I saw a trailer last night.
I don't know.
2 nights ago.
I didn't do that when the Snake Eyes movie came out.
Actually, Bumblebee was good, and this is the same lines as Bumblebee.
All right.
So it's not Michael Bay. This is a whole nother universe. Yeah. Unicron's in it.
Unicron is the antagonist.
It looks good, dude. It looks really good.
I'm going to check it out, man. I'm going to see if I can't get my ass out to the theater to actually watch it on a big screen.
Well,
I don't think I'm going to wait this time. I think I'll actually go see it on a big screen.
Yeah. It's like watching Ant-Man and Wasp.
At work? I mean...
sure. Yeah.
At work?
I did. But I'm like, oh, here's some Legends. I held back. I didn't buy Legends because I'm moving all my Legends out. But it just gets you back in that. Oh, okay, this is a cool line. So I'll collect. Like I got the Fantastic Four. I won't get rid of. I got Wolverines. I won't get rid of. I got my Hulk. Obviously.
I'm interested to see if that Kang and He Who Remains figures go up since Jonathan Majors basically lost his job.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm curious.
It's not like Gina Carano when she was fired from Star Wars, but I mean the dude's a notable wife beater. They're not gonna, girlfriend beater. I don't think he's married, but yeah, he's gone. He's done.
It's a shame because
I think they might
such a good role in both shows.
Oh, he did it really well.
Loki in this, it was like wow. It was intense.
Oh yeah,
it was that good.
God, there were. I mean, honestly, there were points during that movie where like I kind of felt bad for the guy. Like they show you how he gets stranded in the quantum realm, and then, like it wasn't until the very end when they kind of explain what's going on with all of the Kangs and like across the multiverses and dimensions and stuff, where it's just like, okay, yeah, well, the guy's an asshole. Yeah, like you kind of feel bad for him. It's like, how do you by the end? It was like I'm sitting there asking myself, how do you feel bad for Hitler? Like he's really kind of that much of a d-bag. So. No, but that'll be interesting to see what those toys do price-wise, if they go up or not.
If they go up or down.
It's a different actor playing the role now, and those toys are made to look like the actor.
Well, they can. You can because you have different renditions, and you saw them. You can even, like the original comic, at the end of the movie, spoiler alert, but they show a picture of him as his comic book version, and it doesn't look like anything like Jonathan Majors. So it's really cool
they can
how you
get
can
away
just
with it.
maneuver like, oh, he's... He's a big bad. He actually it was more intense than Thanos, and Thanos was pretty rough.
Yeah, I think they neutered Thanos to a degree.
To a point, yeah, I think so. To a point. I mean, from the comics.
Yeah.
But no, hey, if you guys haven't seen, I'm rocking a new shirt today.
I saw that.
We got these. Richie finally started selling these at the store. I got hooked up with one.
New toy order.
Yep. And then again at the toy show, his son Chris was just doing some of his artwork. Right in the floor. Yeah, I got it right here. So I walked up and I'm like, he was doing like little postcards and I'm like, well, that'd be cool. And I'm like, you know what? The biggest one he has is he's doing now. Actually, Richie suggested he does like an 11 by 14 for me for the next one. But
that was
I got an 8 by 10 and it's amazing. You want to hold it up there, buddy? This is Chris. Chris does amazing artwork.
That's Chris Sandoval?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. He did that.
He does that with Sharpies.
He does it with Sharpie, yeah. He does it with Sharpies. So I'm going to get myself a nice little frame for that with a mat and then just throw it up with my other Hulk stuff.
That's really cool, man.
That's
amazing. You're watching, Chris. Kudos, man.
Yeah.
Kudos. That's fantastic.
I love that thing. That's awesome.
The background, so he sent me the picture, and I was like, I wonder why he didn't do like red in the background. Well, the green in the background is supposed to replicate the gamma ray.
So yeah, okay.
It's like, all right, as long as he's got a reason for it.
Dude, he did the muscles, the detail.
Yeah.
He has his own art style, so when you see all of his art, it's that's why I like it because it's nothing's.
You have nothing that looks anything remotely
I was
going to
say that's absolutely unique in your collection.
So
absolutely unique.
Yeah.
So we're walking out of the toy show. Like,
this guy with the bright ideas.
I got my bag of a couple things, and he's got his bags. He's got his bags the second load because he's already taken one out to the car. And I'm like, I look over and I was like, oh fuck, we missed it. And he's like, what? And I'm like, you should have had Chris draw you a picture of the Hulk as He-Man. And he like stopped and he like hung his head, and I was like, just gonna have to ask him next time.
That could be the 11 by 14.
And then we're like, all right, well, He-Man would be green. Like, who would be like Skeletor? Could be like, no, like Red Hulk would be somebody else. Like Gray Hulk would be Skeletor. And then we're like talking about like, whoa, who would you have? I'm like, nah, Green Hulk, original, He-Man. Just make his cross like purple. Put purple loincloth on him. Make his boot furs purple.
I wonder if I could get him to do me a prime. I'd proudly hang that in my my music room.
That'd be fun.
Totally. He would, absolutely. And
I would display that everywhere I went.
That was 25?
Yeah.
It was like 15 for the postcard size, 25 for that.
I think so, yeah.
Dude, he did that for $25?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
He pretty much had it drawn out and
started inking it and coloring it.
Yeah. When we left, we kind of stopped in. You asked him probably about halfway through the show.
Yes.
And he was sitting right by the door, so we stopped by on the way out. I think he had to put some shading on it and color it. And I don't know how long it took him. I told Ron I would just swing by the shop this week and pick it up for him. And he texted me on Friday. He's like, "Did you get my picture yet?" And I'm like, "I was going to go on Friday." It was Thursday. It's like, I was going to go on Friday, so I knew you had enough time to get it done. And then he texted me a picture of it at like 4 o'clock on Friday. I'm like, guess I'm not going to Midwest today. So,
no, fantastic artist guy. Fantastic. Check him out. Go to the store. See his other artwork. Hit him up on social media and say, hey, you know what? This is who I like.
Yeah, if you're looking for him, just contact Richie Sandoval over at Midwest Collectible. You can get a hold of his son anytime.
And that's what he's going to school for.
Not only that, but
he's got a scholarship for it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Not only that, but I mean, Chris works there from time to time, so
he's always there when I'm there.
That's to say,
he's always there.
He seems to always be there when I'm there. So
yeah,
no, Richie's really making a name for himself in the community, and that's fantastic.
It's good too.
We need someone with
good
that's
guy
anchored into the not just. Remember Dean's Dugout, and I know we're getting close. Yeah. Dean's Dugout, where it was not Dean's Dugout. Rick. Who was the catcher for the Cubs in the 90s? And his mom,
Rona.
Rick Rona?
It was Rick Rona.
It was his mom that ran the baseball card shop and the comic shop.
Yeah.
Where the bakery is.
Oh, in Romeoville?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, she was great. She was a sweetheart.
I'm pretty sure it was Rick Rona.
Rick Rona? I was going to say Rick Rona.
He was the backup catcher for Damon Berryhill.
Yes.
I think it was Rick Rona.
That was the best catcher years of our.
I love Damon Berryhill. I was like the only person in town that liked our Damon Berryhill.
And then we had the baseball card shop, but we need someone who's like anchored in, and we don't have anybody in Joliet who does show that like toys.
Yeah.
Besides besides disc replay.
That's
but
the
they're
other
not.
thing.
They're just
that's the other thing
media.
Richie was telling us is that because he moved to the bigger spot, the bar next door, like he's had nothing but trouble from those people.
Really?
So he's actually considering, finding another spot, possibly moving out of Romeoville altogether.
No kidding.
So, but we'll keep you updated on that. Obviously, I mean, we hope for the best. We hope he can get the situation under control. But yeah, he unfortunately has had a pretty rough go of it the last few months of people just showing up at random. I wouldn't say stalking him, but just coming in drunk, causing a scene in the store.
Yeah.
People parked outside taking pictures.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah. So, but yeah, so really quick before we bust out this week, I just want to update some social media stuff for Classified. So if you don't watch Viper Island, the dude does have a lot of good news.
Oh, I thought that was going to be next show.
Is it?
Yeah.
I thought next show was Motu.
Motu and
Motu
Joe.
and Classified?
Because it won't be like 15 minutes
well,
for
then
me.
tune in next week when we talk about Viper Island and some Classified updates. Sneak peek on the screen behind me. So
no, yeah, I figured, and it was like an audible in the middle of this one. I'm like, you know what? We're having a good time talking about shows and what
you
we
can't
picked
do
up.
that to me,
I'm
Ron.
Audibles, baby.
Son of a bitch.
You can't call an audible if you don't say Omaha. Come on.
There's a couple of things I wanted to talk about on the Star Wars front, though. You know the Galaxy Squadron stuff, the small scale things. They've got quite the series popping out this next run. They're doing a First Order TIE fighter, which I think is pretty cool. I would like to get a model of something like that, but they're kind of dipping into like the prequels and the sequels. Couple of pretty cool chases. If I ever find one, I'm probably going to keep the damn thing.
The little shippies.
But they're doing an Amazon. It's an Amazon exclusive, which kind of a pain in the ass. But they're doing a walker, doing an AT-AT.
Oh,
yeah. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that comes out. And they're releasing a look up Series 5. They're releasing a set with the Millennium Falcon and 2 TIE Interceptors.
Oh, that'd be cool.
But it's from it's from one of the sequels, so it's got the square radar dish on it.
Okay.
Yeah. This guy here.
And that's what I'm excited for, is that B-wing.
The B-wing looks cool.
It's one of my favorite starfighters. I picked up they put out the original TIE fighter with like damaged panels on it.
How many is that? 15,000 tenths?
Yeah, 15,000. There's only 5,000 chase pieces of this. So this is.
But that's an extra zero. 15,000 tons.
Yeah,
150,000.
But the comma's wrong, so it's 15,000 tons.
You're wrong. You should easily understand that. No,
you're out of line, and you're out of line.
So this is a chase of this one.
Yeah.
So if you see it with Poe and Finn, then skip it because it's worthless. Just kidding. So what is this?
That's
classified.
That's a V-wing, I think, is what they call that one.
But usually,
oh no, I'm sorry. The V-wing is the one down there,
is
and that's
is it the no?
That B-wing. That B-wing.
I can't remember exactly what that one's called.
That B-wing is tight.
Classified. This looks nothing like an AT-AT. Nothing at all.
But it's ATST.
Move along.
AT-ATs are the actual.
That U-wing looks pretty cool. I mean, that's not my favorite fighter.
Oh, you get a lot of little figures with it.
You get a lot of cool stuff with that one.
Why would you get a little speeder bike with it?
I mean, they're obviously doing the Return of the Jedi one.
So
you see the Luke on the right-hand side.
I never realized this till later when they bring Luke to Vader on Endor.
Yeah,
they bring him
on
in
an
one
AT-AT.
of these.
Yeah,
do they? So when they're on that platform and Vader's ship lands, and the four posts, that's what they.
And the AT-AT walks up to the platform.
Walks to the platform. That's them delivering Skywalker to Vader. So it makes sense that it's all in here.
They couldn't bring him on anything that walks a little faster.
Well,
4 years later.
Hey, according to stats on those, they'll actually walk at about 60 miles an hour.
I would like to see that because they were walking about 1.
Yeah.
And Empire Strikes Back.
Can they walk 70 if they're wearing their Crocs?
Well, you got to think every
look, that one's got Crocs on.
Every step it takes is 100 and some odd feet.
Every breath it takes.
I was waiting. Oh, that's pretty sweet.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. And I was the only thing I could say is I hope to God
because the
that's
thing
not
broke off. The actual radar disc broke off.
When it bashed off. It got bashed off in Return of the Jedi.
That's kind of cool.
The only thing I can say about that is I'm hoping to God that's not the only way that you can get the TIE Interceptor. I hope to God that is not the only way you can get it.
But it's going to be
original wave, couldn't you?
No.
That's
going to have to be scale though, so they're going to have to be a little smaller, right?
No, they're going to be
regular size.
They're going to be the same size because everything is somewhat scaled.
Oh, it is.
Yeah. To those figures.
Like this would be the same as the one that's out now. It'd have to.
Yeah, it has to be. So they're going to reuse the mold.
Yeah.
So
the only thing they're changing is that radar dish. That's the only thing they're changing.
Yeah. Okay. And then the battle damage in the back.
Yeah. Looks
like. Oh, wait a minute! No, this is the Return of the Jedi version. Look, you see the thing's not even there.
Yeah, the dish is.
The dish is gone.
Yeah, I for some reason I was thinking I saw in the picture that it was the square one. It was the one from the.
That's why I was looking to see if they had other things announced, but I don't see anything here.
I'm hoping to God that's not the only way you can get that damn interceptor, though. That's gonna peeve the crap out of me if that's.
You know what? They're gonna
Amazon International.
They're gonna release these in Series 8. So people like you will freak out. It's like, oh, I guess it's the only way to get it. You'll go back and get it, and then they'll release these on their own.
Yeah,
Two TIE pilots. I'd pick that up.
And I was hearing rumors that they're actually. Yeah, I'm hoping I can grab that.
How much do you think that's going to be? $60.
That's probably going to be $60, $50.
Now, if the Millennium Falcon with the original crew,
was it 4?
It's 44. It's 45. If I can find it on clearance for like 20, I would probably buy it.
I got mine at Walmart for 20.
Clearance?
Yeah, clearance for 22, 23.
Okay. I can't find them on clearance.
Nice.
But if this set probably going to be $60, I bet.
Yeah.
That one with the two fighters.
Here's where the fun begins.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean these guys are really coming along with some, and these are the little
mask figures.
Oh, Dirge.
The little boxes.
Wow.
The little what is it? The $5 boxes or the $4 boxes? Whatever they are. Yeah, the little boxes that
the blind boxes.
They're just kind of little blind boxes. They're little chase pieces.
Is this Kingpin?
It is. It's Kingpin. It's Walter White.
Walter White
delivering meth.
Yes,
across the galaxy.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to that B-wing.
That
B-wing and that Walker.
Nice little series.
Yeah, I think it's really cool. I got a few of them.
What is that? Rebel scale.
If I find a bunch of them, this
is this like is this like Joe, like the G.I. Joe where you get your figure things?
This is
action figure 411.
This is it's like
what's the one that we would go to and you could look at the years and
Yo-Joe. Oh yeah, maybe.
Oh, that was the other one that I found out that they're coming out with is the Y-wing and that bomber.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, here's your interceptor right here, dude.
I didn't know if they were going to do it in an individual piece or not.
Well, in Series 4, it's a mystery figure, but
well, they've also got it set up. See those where they come with a blind box? That's an Amazon thing.
Okay.
Oh, so you can't rip them open in the store?
Interesting.
Look at all those bombs.
Well, it's a bomber.
Oh, okay.
So yeah.
Well, do we have any shout-outs real quick? I do. Richie and his team, a heck of a show. Keep on keeping on, right?
Yep.
Keep on keeping on. We saw Mr. Wayne over at the show. We chit-chatted with him for a few minutes.
Yeah.
I want to go to a store.
I got to go visit him soon.
I stood up from looking under the table, and I saw the Mr. Wayne's collectibles. It's like, Matt Aldrich? She's like, yeah. And I was like, I'm his nephew. I'm on the podcast with him. He's like, oh, sweet.
Oh, double the price. I'm like, what?
So,
yeah, double the price. Yeah, fuck that, Jag.
I was like, everything up here on this table is 2 for $25, but for you, it's 2 for $40.
I'm like, how do you make money? These are brand new figures. He goes, these are my back stock. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
2 for $25. It was 15 each or 2 for $25.
Yeah.
And that
one thing about Mike, man, he does a lot of buying and selling.
He does.
And the way he does it, it almost kind of seems like, I thought about it for a while, the way he was describing how he trades. And the way he does it, it sounds like it's not really the greatest deal, but it winds up being it winds up being like spot on.
Yeah.
Well, and he had
and not only that, but I mean, when it comes down to it in the end, the guy's he always winds up giving you more.
Yeah.
He always winds up. I mean, he does a deal with you, and of course it's going to benefit because he's a business owner. He has to benefit his side before he benefits your side. But he wants to work with you to a point where,
if I had to guess,
he's going to make sure that you get a great deal on whatever it is. I mean, if you bring something up to his counter, I mean, for 9 times out of 10, if you do a lot of business with him, you bring something up to his counter, $24. We'll just. We'll do 20 for this but the guy's always wheeling and dealing.
Yeah,
when you bring stuff in to the time you hit the counter to the time you leave.
Yeah,
that's really what I love about Mike. He's the guy's fair as hell.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, he's good. You bought some stuff from him, didn't you?
Yeah, we split the figure. You got your Princess Leia, and I got my Batman.
Was the first thing I did when I opened that Princess Leia? First thing every guy does.
Look up under the skirts.
The dude's. That's the other thing. The dude does a lot of DC, man.
Yeah, he does.
A lot of DC, a lot of McFarlane, a lot of the old DC Direct.
Yeah,
that's where I found all
Batman. I found the Batman in retail the very next day for $25. I got it for $12.50 because I bought one and he bought one. I'm like, okay, done. That wasn't a figure I wasn't even on. I was in my radar, but I'm like, I'm not gonna pay $25 for this.
Yeah.
I'd pay $12.50 or $13 easily.
I mean, that's the other cool thing. If he's got like overstock on stuff, I mean, he's like looking to move it, make room for new stuff. I mean, he's gonna do a deal.
Yeah,
Any
other shouts? Wayne and Richie Midwest.
Yeah, no.
I'm gonna rock this shirt when we go to shows and during the podcast, and so yeah, check them out. Good guys. Chris,
I'd like to see if I can get my hands on one of those too.
He has a ton of them. He has right by his counter. There's a whole rack of them.
I'll have to give him a call, see if he's got a 2X.
He does.
Oh, yeah. He's got all the way up to like 5X.
Yeah.
Okay,
6.
Cool. At least the story you were
How much are
me.
they? Did he say?
25, 30 for you.
Yeah.
30 for me? Okay.
Isn't that what you told me?
Yes.
You wouldn't answer that question. I asked you like 3 times over text. I'm like, how much did that cost?
I wasn't going to answer, too.
And you were like, how much did I find? I was like, what did that cost you, handy and a blowy? Finally, I called him, and I was like, dude.
I really got nothing in the Transformer news. I'm not hip on the new line, man. Yeah. Some of the they've actually got a I think this is a Robeson. It's a command and convert Beast Wars Optimus Prime.
Yeah, I saw that. One of those self-transforming things. So
I don't think it's a Robeson though. It's only like $125, but anyway, they're I don't know about reissuing, but they're releasing another iteration of the Studio Series Optimus Prime, which is of course already sold out.
Yep.
Yeah, you can't find the damn thing, so that's going to be $1 million frickin' on the secondary market for a while. But it's probably one of the better Optimus Primes I think they've done in recent.
I think so.
In recent series, so
yeah.
I'm actually thinking about picking this one up.
Yeah.
But other than that, man, there just really isn't much of it. The Studio Series Deluxe Brawn, that one's a good looking one.
Yeah. Oh, so good. I think that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much. So they're re-releasing the Robeson Optimus Prime for $700 now.
Oh.
Yeah. The pre-order for that is $700, and they're starting to do build-a-figures with the Earthspark figures.
Yeah.
I don't understand some of that, but
yeah,
I think they're pushing it.
Yeah.
They're starting to come to the point where the interest is waning, I think.
Well, I knew Hasbro was struggling on the Build-A-Figure thing when, like, the Indiana Jones stuff, like the Build-A-Artifact. It's like, dude, come on. You're just packaging shit to
yeah, exactly. You're just doing it to do it.
Just sell a set like they did with the $40 Indiana Jones and the Temple pedestal. Just do something like that with the Ark. It's 2-figure set, Balak and Indy.
But other than that, the only one I'm really looking for is that Shattered Glass Grimlock eventually. But I'm sure that one's going to be $100 million by the time it's because I think you can still get it though. So I don't know. We'll see after Snarl pops out. But
yeah.
Anyway, I think that's probably going to do it for this one, fellas.
Yes, sir.
So, you guys can find us at Apple Podcasts, Podbean, Spotify, TuneIn Radio, iHeartRadio, Player FM, Podchaser, Amazon Music. You can also find us on YouTube. Check us out on social media, Facebook and Instagram. Smash that like button. Leave us a comment. Please subscribe. Please tell your friends. Tell your friends. Tell your friends. Tell your neighbors. Tell your
friends. Tell their
friends. your 2-year-old. Tell your 30-year-old. Whatever. But
yeah. Tell your cat. Tell your dog. Tell your iguana.
Hey, we got a rover on here.
Hey, we can get listeners from Russia. We had a listener from Israel pop up last month.
Ah, nice.
That was cool.
Nice.
But we are the holy show.
Alrighty, folks, that's going to do it for this one. We will see you next time.
Next time, guys. Thanks.
Peace.
Take care, folks.
Autobots, roll out.